What's up, boys? We got another fire video by Top 5 Gaming here. Don't ask about the pajamas. I got comfy for this video. So, just like you guys should too, grab your popcorn, like, and subscribe, and let's jump straight into this video.
I'm ranking every collab item in Fortnite. There are 94 unique crossovers in this tier list. Some have been very bad, while ones like Godzilla are amazing.
Bro, Godzilla is so broken.
Into a giant monster shooting laser beams and obliterating buildings, A tier.
A tier? I mean, that could probably go higher.
Looking past the bad live event and cringe POI, the mythics were just copies.
It was, yeah, that's true.
From Chapter 2 with the spicy effect. C tier because it's still a scar.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It wasn't much better, especially with the icy feed, but with unlimited charges, it lands at C.
I agree with that.
World even got his own exotic
He's going quick.
in the same season, but it takes up 2 spaces, so B tier.
I agree with that.
Easily had the best mythic this season.
I'm putting that at S tier. That thing was amazing.
But come on, it's awesome. A tier.
It should be S tier though.
Comparing it to Snoop Dogg's drum gun, it just doesn't hold up. Plus, it's like the 50th time we've gotten a new drum gun in the game, so
that's
C
true.
tier.
C tier. I would put it at B tier. It's not that bad.
Was actually pretty good. Instead of a regular boogie bomb, you dropped it like it's hot. Like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. You get bumped up to B for that one. They really dropped an entire Saw collab, and Boom Billy was cool, but then this happened.
He wouldn't go in the boxes or anything.
Armor of Doom.
I don't know, it was
one of the rarest mythics we've ever had, and it was worth it. The animation was insane, and it was basically game over when
this better be A tier with Godzilla.
S tier. Iron Man's combat.
Okay, Godzilla is insanely broken, and it had the same exact abilities that Dr. Doom had. So, in my opinion, if you're gonna put Godzilla at A, you gotta at least put Dr. Doom at A too.
Kid, what's better than combining a unibeam and repulsors?
Those were actually really good though,
so
especially in tournaments.
Would be criminal.
A tier for sure.
Outshined by his flight kit, being able to literally
his flight kit was also awesome.
It's what we all dreamed of doing back in 2018. S tier all day.
S tier.
Black Panther claws. I mean, they were decent for rotating because you could super sprint, but the damage speaks for itself.
Yeah, these were terrible. These were actually terrible.
C for mobility.
I'd put D. It did no damage.
I mean, the regular version was already good, but Gwenpool's absolutely shredded people.
They were so broken. This has got to go A tier or S tier.
When you
B
have an
tier?
item as ridiculous as the Doom Ultra Armor, picking up a Monarch pistol, it just feels terrible. I'd say most of us just left it on the ground.
Yeah, it was bad.
No one left behind Cap Shield, though. Epic straight up gave this aimbot, not
probably
to mention
B tier.
you could bounce it off walls and then summon it back to
I guess,
yeah,
A tier.
We have another S tier just for the pure chaos. Emma, one of the best guns in years.
This was so
except
broken.
She's known for her superpowers, and for her collab to just be an existing gun, kinda lame. C tier.
The burst was so good though.
Himself, but your reward for fighting him is a sovereign shotgun. C. War Machine's all
I agree with
this
that.
looked good on paper, and the idea of a gun that could kill enemies.
That was so broken, but it did like no damage. It did 5 damage, yeah.
For BR. That's another C tier.
Yeah.
Don't cast aside War Machine just
that has to be A tier.
Yeah,
that has to be an A tier.
Like a non-stop mini RPG.
Or S tier. A tier or S tier,
Move on to the hover jet. Gotta be the greatest jetpack Fortnite has ever added to the game. Long hover time, an insane amount of fuel, canceling it to drop on people with no fall damage. S tier.
Yeah, for sure.
So on one end of the season, we had Doom's armor, and the other end had his dinky pistol. Right in the middle, we have Doom's arcane gauntlets.
These were mid, B or C tier.
His old mythics, except they totally nerfed him.
Yeah,
so
they did no
I'll
damage,
give it a
yeah.
B. Nuka-Cola is now in Fortnite. It healed you for 25 HP and 75 shield. Not too shabby at all, but other than that, it was basically just a slurp juice. So
it's pretty good though.
C for Cola here.
Yeah, either C or B.
Laser rifle, a Fallout
this thing has to go D or F.
I mean, the original
it did no damage. This thing was absolutely horrible.
Instead of getting something cool like the Fat Man launcher, Fortnite gave us a laser gun. C tier.
Yeah, I don't know.
In a bottle, when you used it correctly,
the glitch was awesome.
It was a massive wrecking ball that could do over 5,000 damage to builds. Problem is, it was huge. People could see it from miles away, and it did like 50 damage to players. The last thing we expected during a Wasteland season was the appearance of Metallica. Actually, it does make sense, but we weren't expecting them to get their own mythic. Ride the Lightning was an electric guitar that was insanely unique. It turned you into a lightning bolt and was good for rotating. So I'll give it a B for coolness.
It was good for rotating, yeah.
A lot of fans forgot this even existed.
I mean, this was mid.
95 damage per second,
if you used it well, though.
HP shield ability and gave you low gravity. Only lasted a few updates before it was vaulted.
It was pretty good though. Yeah, it better go A. It was really good.
Rapid fire round. Water bending. It healed you in water. It was an absolute
A,
laser.
S tier.
A tier. Airbending was more used as a rotation tool, being more of a vehicle than anything. I'll still give it an A tier.
Yeah.
Then we had items like firebending.
B or
couldn't set anything on fire,
D.
and it
B,
didn't
C,
have
or
great
D.
damage. C.
Yeah.
Earthbending was the worst of them all.
That's terrible.
Literally no one
D
picked
tier.
this up, and it was vaulted for half
The
season.
shield was so
Start
bad.
off, you're going in D. Now, it wasn't just Avatar. We also randomly got Chewbacca this season. You would get
We
his
did get him.
mythic
That was
Wookiee
random.
bowcaster for rescuing him, but it was pretty mid with both its attacks.
Yeah,
They
it
actually
was
did it.
really
They gave
bad.
Peter Griffin a mythic item.
That
Instead of
S tier.
being anything
That gun
unique,
was
it just
so
a hammer
flippin'
pump. It
good.
still gets a B though because it was the best shot he.
That gun was so overpowered. I mean, I don't agree with it at B. S tier or A tier. B tier is on that. It just proves how underrated that gun was. Like, if that shotgun was back, I'd literally cry. That's how good it was.
Of the season. I can't lie, when Solid Snake dropped, there was really only one item they had to make, the mythic cardboard box.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Pretty cool, but
F
players
tier.
never really fell for it, so sorry Snake, it gets an F.
Yeah.
He did kind of redeem himself with the EMP
D,
stealth camo,
D or
arguably
C.
one of the best times Fortnite has tried to add invisibility, especially because using it would stun enemies and disable vehicles. At the end of the day though, it is still an invisibility item, and for that, it gets a D grade. The
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab, they actually went the extra mile with this and added
This was
all
pretty
4
good.
items for each turtle. We had Leo's katana, where you could chain combos and use double jumps. Then we had Raphael's side, which were the same.
Yeah, those were.
Nunchucks, which were the same.
Yeah, they were all the
Donatello's
same.
staff, which were the same. So yeah, we'll give it a C.
Yeah, they were all
And
the
at least they
same,
brought some
kinda.
pizza to the party, but I'm not even joking. This was basically the same item, but with nerfed health and a turtle logo.
It
on
was,
D.
yeah.
Okay, that
I
last
agree with that.
season wasn't the best for collab items.
It
but
was not.
Maybe this will be better. Let's see. We've got Bender. Shot
Terrible.
Metal.
Absolutely F tier. This gun did 1 damage, and it like overheated way too much.
Ray gun.
F tier. And it did no damage to structures.
Sorry about this, Bender. The Cybertron cannon. Now we're
This was
talking.
okay.
What better way to celebrate Optimus Prime's release than a mythic explosive? And the best part, it's not a reskin. With
The only
its
thing is
solid
it went on your
damage,
back, and it gave you like
knockback,
no
ability,
like
gotta
aesthetic.
give
Like
a
it
good
didn't
rank.
look good, you know.
Wanna go A here? It did only have 2 charges, so it gets a strong B.
Yeah.
Todoroki's Ice Wall. This is one of those rare Fortnite items that is made entirely for defending yourself.
This was pretty
So
good.
in build mode, you never really needed it.
That's true.
Although for
Zero build, it was
pretty
very
good, but
helpful.
Let's go C. I bet a lot
I don't
of
know.
you
Yeah, I
totally
agree with
forgot
that.
the hollow purple existed. It was part of the Jujutsu Kaisen
It was actually
collab, and yet
mid.
It was a
It's
remake
mid.
of a previous anime mythic. It worked
That's
just like Deku Smash, leading fans to think, wait a second, these 2 completely different animes are being recycled. So D. As for the other JJK
This was
item,
terrible.
the straw doll technique was kind of similar to the paper
F.
kunai, but all of that was undone by the fact it only had 3 charges and
F
did
tier.
no damage. Straight down to F.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan's ODM gear.
This
Not
was
gonna
so
lie, one
good.
of the best mobility
I wish
items
this
we've
came
ever
back.
seen.
This was
Some
so
even
good.
say this is better than Spidey's web shooters because you get attack.
Yeah.
I have to put this in S tier.
For sure.
They were cooking. Sort of a shame about the Thunder Spears.
These
though.
are terrible.
Cool idea, but on their own,
C
no
tier.
one really used them. So D tier. Force abilities. All right, let's start off with push. The best. Of them
Okay,
all.
these
It was
were
so
cool
fun
how
to
it
use
actually
that
gave you a
most of the
force
time.
ability.
The end game
Push was
people
good if you
pushing
pushed
each
them in
other
the
into
zone, yeah,
storm.
like that.
So hey. Throwing, it was pretty cool to launch rocks at people.
Throwing
not gonna
was
lie.
cool, but it
Let's
was
go
like
B for this
the
one.
Avatar
As
one.
for force pull, oof.
Force
this
pull
a way
was
to grab
amazing.
enemies towards you, but it had no damage. Straight F.
I do not
DC-15
agree with
blaster
that.
rifle
That's a
was also
bad
pretty
take.
bad, although it turned from an F to a D all thanks to the higher damage.
That's true,
Deku
the blaster
Smash.
was-
You know how
it
earlier I
did a lot
called the
of damage.
hollow purple a ripoff of this? That's because this was so good.
This was A or S
Most
tier.
of us would probably lean S tier, and that's until you realize how easy it was to get shot while
That's
using
true.
it. I'll still give it an A. I bet you weren't expecting the
This one was
Sunburst
terrible.
Gauntlet on here, but hey, it still counts. And if we're being honest, let's just keep it at that.
It
the
was
Chrome
bad.
season had a lot of problems, so you probably forgot about its single collab item, and it was in the Cypher PK Cup. It was the Trap
Oh,
Tower,
I
a
forgot
throwback to
about that.
Cypher's classic build that trolled enemies. I put
This
this
was
higher,
good,
but the
for
fact
sure.
it was exclusive to a single tournament loses points. Still a solid C though. Now it's time
Cypher
for
is not
Dragon
gonna be
Ball
happy
and its
with this.
mythic Nimbus Cloud. Who doesn't love canceling this and one pump
This
again
was
leaves from the
sick.
sky?
I love this
But
item.
20-second cooldown and the fact it was identical to Silver Surfer's board.
It was
let's
a
go
good
B.
rotation, though.
Now, Dragon Ball also gave us the Kamehameha.
This was so
I love it
broken,
because it
S
was
tier.
also the downfall of other Fortnite YouTubers.
This player tried to cane
S tier.
me.
What did he say?
10 objects with a single Kamehameha attack.
So we all know the Kamiyamama.
For the pure chaos, we are going S tier. Another thing you probably forgot about was the existence of Nathan Drake's map. Probably because no one really cared about a reskin treasure map. Darth Vader's lightsaber. They took an already solid item and let you throw it. Who doesn't love that? A all day.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But we went 2 entire seasons
this
and
was
only
amazing.
one collab item was introduced in that time. Spider-Man's web
This
shooters.
was amazing.
It was so good that Fortnite didn't want to take it away. So they turned it into a grapple glove.
And they gave you 80 shots,
Easily the most S tier item on the list.
I agree with that.
Venom and Carnage showed up out of nowhere with insane items, letting you grab people.
Those did have good. That was a sick collab.
The Paper Bomb Kunai.
Terrible.
Did you know that this was actually the first mythic that you could buy from an NPC?
Terrible.
Very cool fact, considering no one ever wanted to buy it. F. The collab season. You'd think we get plenty of items, but no, most of them belong to the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's true. The jetpack was pretty good, and
as far as snipers go,
AR thing was mid.
And the thermal was a novelty. In fact, it was only good as a melee item.
That's true. Oh, I forgot you could do
Mando
melee.
boss, and it was the first time jetpacks could actually stay in place while you aimed your gun. Pretty solid. E11 blaster rifle, well, I think we already established that these are not that great.
Yeah.
Neither are invisibility items, including
These
the most iconic of all,
terrible.
Predator's cloaking
Predators
device.
was bad.
Gotta say,
It was the
this is
first
what Predator
cloaking
was
one,
using
though,
to
and it
hunt
made
down
you
people.
full
You would've
invisible.
lasted like 2 seconds before getting one pump.
That is true.
Instant F. We have another cup mythic. This time around,
Oh,
we
is
had
this
Laserbeam's
his,
flight knock
Flint
pistol.
knock? His
You
Flint
get some
knock was
people and
amazing.
yourself flying across the island, but again, why was this just part of a tournament? We'll love to use this more Fortnite because now I gotta put it in B.
Exactly,
The
yeah,
classic Marvel season truly innovated what collab mythics could be. There are so many
This season
superpowers like She-Hulk's
is
fists,
amazing.
which were fun to use,
This
but
season,
not as
all the
powerful as
mythics were
fans
good.
wanted.
She-Hulks
First, we
were
had
terrible.
Wolverine's claws,
Wolverines
letting you
were
spin
probably
attack
a
and
B.
regenerate health. Easily an A-tier item, but sadly, not all of them were instant hits.
Black
Panther only brought
Panther's
kinetic
one was
armor to the game,
terrible.
which was just a way to give yourself temporary shield for like 5 seconds. Usually, I put this low, but then the armor would explode and knock people back.
That's true.
That part was pretty cool, so let's go with D. As for the Stark Industries rifle, it kind of gives me the same vibes as the Star Wars blasters, which is making me want to put it low, but it did have way better accuracy and great damage, so I'm honestly thinking B for this.
Probably,
His jetpack, that's a different story. It was just a reskin version of the normal jetpack, and to make it worse, when fuel ran out, you took fall damage. I'm sorry, this is going into D.
I agree with
that. The Galactus Gorger Gatherer drone.
I forgot about these.
Nope. I'm creating a whole new tier for this. You're going in Fracture, buddy. Storm's Whirlwind Blast.
I forgot about these.
Terrible for players. Basically a mythic impulse grenade, so I gotta go D for this one. I mean, man, these marble items kind of sucked looking back on it, but wait. What is this beautiful gift from the heavens?
Yeah, those are amazing.
The euphoria of that didn't last long, considering now I have to grade Groot's Bramble Shield. Let's be honest here. If this thing didn't glitch and send players out of the map, no one would remember it. It's the very definition of C tier. Oh, and Silver Surfer's board? Well, if I put Nimbus Cloud in B, I guess I gotta stay consistent here. Aha! Some Doom mythics that aren't total garbage. The old Arcane Gauntlets were even better than his updated
The old ones
Fortnite
were
really
so
had these in the
fire.
wild with no
They did so
cooldown
much
and an air
damage,
boost,
and like the
solidifying it
accuracy
in
was
A.
like so
There
good.
was his other ability, the Mystical Bomb, and well, I kind
did
of
like
might have set
90
myself
damage,
on fire
didn't it?
with this a few times by accident, and I'm still not over it. You're getting B, buddy. We were all waiting to hear about Thor's
hammer is
superpower.
really good, 'cause you could just
Surely it would let
instant
us
get in a
walk
box,
around
yeah.
with Mjolnir, striking people down with it. Well, that's until you realize it was a glorified junk rip. Come on, guys, I really didn't want to give this a C, but I have to. Same reason I'm giving the OG Venom Mythic a C. It's just kind of disappointing compared to the potential, especially knowing what this would eventually become. You guys might be thinking that Deadpool's hand cannons were awesome. Who doesn't like dual deagles?
Yeah, but
Clearly
they were
Epic doesn't
bad.
because they didn't do these justice at all. D tier. Ooh, the Kingsman umbrella. Let's be
Ooh,
honest
I forgot
here,
about this.
80%
This
of
was
you
bad.
watching this never even got to use this thing,
was
and
not good.
Fortnite never acknowledged it even existed. But based on the cool vibes alone, you get a B. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
it
love
was pretty cool,
lightsabers?
though, but it was
A.
bad. It did, like,
But
no damage.
another blaster rifle Fortnite. Just please stop.
Yeah,
We're
they were
getting
bad.
closer to the earlier Fortnite seasons, and the collabs become a little more meaningful because there weren't many of them.
Batman
Take
collab was
for
good.
example.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only did this guy get an entire tilted POI, Fortnite also gave him a grapnel gun that felt straight out of the Arkham
Oh yeah,
games. So let's
you
go
got to
A
like
for
launch it
Arkham.
anywhere.
It
It
is
hit
explosive.
any shot. I forgot
really don't
about
want to put
this.
this in B for battering, but okay, I'm slightly putting it here because of that.
Bruh.
Borderlands is here, and they brought a cash item. Can't wait to be rich in Fortnite. I'm gonna buy so much stuff, but wait, you can't buy anything? It has no function at
Goes
all?
in Fracture.
Now we're getting real OG, and it was at this
Ooh,
time Fortnite introduced the first
These, if you didn't use these items, you didn't play Fortnite. Like these, my childhood was this. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. But these items were amazing.
Ever Marble Mythics. How about another quick fire round? Buried Treasure, literally just a way to get items. D.
True.
Stormbreaker. Now this is how you
This
make
was
a
awesome.
Mythic.
It's now a
A.
Fortnite pickaxe,
Hawkeye's bow,
but it was like
surprisingly more interesting than the
2,500
superheroic
V-Bucks, which I do
face
have
down.
it.
A. Shatari Jetpack. Who cares? D. Energy Rifle, get out of here. And I kind of forgot they had an energy launcher too. I mean, no one really dreams about playing as the Shatari, but it does get a B. May I present to you the Infinity
tier.
Blade, a mythic so powerful that it caused people to quit Fortnite, and it's all because Epic wanted to collab with themselves.
Shing,
Lesson
shing, shing.
learned, I guess. We'll give it an A for how busted it was. What was the first ever collab
Wow,
item?
this was
That's
awesome.
the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's still the most sought after one to this day. Just showing the old gameplay of this, I bet you're twitching, desperate to get your hands on it. I mean, how fun does this look? And you probably won't ever get to use it. We throw this in super high and S tier to complete our list of Fortnite's collab items. But one last thing. All right, now that is better.
All the blasters and fracture. That was a fire video. Make sure to go subscribe to Top 5 Gaming.